Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a new moon reading in Cancer, which we're experiencing as I'm doing this reading. For your overall energy, you have the Four of Pentacles, and this is describing really in the values and the possessions, the material comforts and practical tools and objects that surround you in your everyday life are of immense value to you. You have worked hard to establish a foundation that you value, that supports you, and that also provides you with comfort, a sense of safety. And you're really hanging on to that with this new moon in Cancer, focusing on an area of your life that does speak to values, possessions, money, how you receive money, particularly in how you spend money. So this shows you in foundation mode, caution mode, being very careful and deliberate. Underneath the deck is this Emperor, another four. This is actually quite beautiful. There's a new quality, a new development of in your spiritual path, where you're actually understanding very clearly what you do have control of and what you don't. And this may be just before something really momentous is about to happen, or a big leap you're about to take. You're contemplating and preparing, sort of battening down the hatches for a change that you are creating, you're manifesting. And in that regard, these cards are indicating your sense of possession and sovereignty over yourself and your life, your ability to take responsibility for everything that you create in your reality, or the things that you can create in your reality. I'm going to pull a crystal oracle, and the fairy stone wants to come out. And the key words are good fortune, and that is the fairy stone. And it reads, I'm open to receive all the goodness the universe has to offer me at all times and in all ways. This sounds very much as though you are preparing for good fortune that you've earned to come your way. You're preparing for it. You're strategizing how you're going to invest, spend, save, the resources and the abundance that you anticipate coming as a result of some change, you stepping into perhaps a new position of authority, more advanced authority, and certainly more responsibility than you've had previously. This is a general reading, Gemini. It isn't going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. And I appreciate your support. Thank you for being here. In the present, you have the Knight of Wands. This is describing the energy of you exploring, of you creating, of you manifesting. This is what is often thought of as the sort of adventure, the explorer. You are off pursuing an inspiration, a good idea, something that comes from your place of desire, heart, your intention. You've set an intention and you're following through on that. This is beautiful energy for springing forth from a place of tremendous stability in your life. I'm going to clarify the Knight of Wands with the Nine of Cups and the Sun card. Wow, couldn't be more beautiful. These two cards together really talk about being your whole self in a very fully emotional and gratifying way, in a way that makes you feel comfortable with being who you are and sharing that with the world. But you take a lot of pride in your ability to recognize your needs and your desires, and the ability to gain contentment and satisfaction from your ability to dream and then pursue those dreams, follow through on those to completion, to a place where you're contented and satisfied. And this is an interesting way of looking at this new adventure that you're embarking on, this new place you're going, this new position you're holding. It can even be you relocating from a base to a place that gives you more access to more opportunities that are a real expression of your own interests, your own desires, your own sense of the diversity in the world, and your desire to explore that more closely and reflect that perhaps in your own practice, your own being, or including that the world of difference into your intentions, into your project. So this is such a place of contentment, and this new moon in Cancer is really highlighting that sense of wholeness, wellness, depth, comfort with your feelings and your emotions being exactly what they are. In the past, the Three of Wands is talking about the incredible work. A three preceded the fours, setting up the position, the project, the team, the effort that you are now embarking on, that you have been setting up via networking, finding resources, identifying potential collaborators, looking for materials perhaps needed, or scouting out the communities that you now are inspired to visit, to see, to have conversations with. Gemini, you are the thinker, you are the communicator. So this is really a rich time of exploring a great idea, a good idea that you have. The Three of Wands is clarified here by the Ten of Wands and the Two of Wands. I see a couple of things. First of all, a 2 precedes the 3. So this project that you're embarking upon, this new effort, has been deeply considered. You've been balancing this out with your experience and the experience you want to gain, so that you are in a place of identifying your best skills, your greatest strengths, and taking the courage to move forth in the world with a plan, with a proposal that is being activated. Part of this plan and proposal that is being so carefully considered by you is the awareness that you're actually taking on more responsibility, that you picked up responsibility along the way of your project, and you are holding it for others, not simply for yourself. So that gives me information about the kind of project this is. You're building something that is clearly not just an expression of your desire, but something that others can inhabit, something that others too can find their strength within and generate the creativity that you have initiated through this project. So I see you carrying a lot of dreams with you, a lot of hopeful inspiration and aspiration from others who may be watching you, waiting on you to feel able to truly inhabit this project that you are collectively collaborating in and moving forward as a team. In the near future, the Page of Wands. So we have all wands here in your cards, forward cards here. And this is interesting because the Page of Wands shows you recognizing that you've built something that is very inclusive of others on the basis of being who you are. And in many ways, what you've built has freed you to continue the exploration on your own terms. You're aware that your ability to dream or manifest a project or an effort has included many others. Others have followed. And in that way, you have unintentionally been a leader. I do not believe that your intention was to be a leader, but you clearly are. You're clearly strategizing the best way to invest in this project and in the collaborators and resources that you have around you. Let's clarify this card for a little more clarity with the Page of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So, one sword, which is interesting with the Page of Wands, because the Page of Wands is leading you, you're leading yourself towards the truth. You're open, your heart is open to accepting the fact that you don't know, that you are inventing, that you are pursuing a truth that resonates for you and an entire community of your team, your collaborators, perhaps your public. You are inspired by the truth enough to know what you don't know. And this is the beautiful activity that you've created with a team, in addition to the energy that has been generated communicating out towards others. Lots of people are noticing what you're creating, what you're doing. Various parts of your effort are being recognized and people are trying to connect with you. They're either inviting you to participate in something that they are creating, and they're also asking you to join into efforts that are already underway. Whichever it is, however it is, things are moving quickly, and you recognize that this was precisely the place you wanted to be. Precisely the place, I'm going to reframe that you are, by allowing your own skills, gifts, passion, pleasure, joy to lead you forward. You've actually continued to open yourself up to what others can contribute. And it feels like something that distinguishes your particular project, your particular way of working with the energies. I'm going to follow this up with the Seed and Sickle deck, and I pulled the number 1 Birch card, which is rather auspicious. There's a lot of success, good fortune, and good energy in this particular reading. So this feels to me like it is about the big world, rather than simply about your inner development, although these things can hardly be separated, and I'm sure you would agree. So the birch reads, in Irish communities, the traditional winter Yule log is cut from the birch tree. A broom of birch twigs is used to brush out the dust of the old year and bring in the new, and household fires are doused and then relit from the eternal central Yule fire to bring the community together. You're facing a new beginning, but do not embark upon this future alone. You will have a stronger start if you rely on friends, family, or colleagues to support you through your first steps. Do not fear removing what is past its use. So there's a message here about your foundation, I believe, that may have meaning for you. Thank you so much for being with me. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like it and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Until next time, namaste.